Hey everyone, Kendrick here. It's been a while since I last posted a video on this channel, and I hope you're all doing well in your lives and you're having a good time. I just wanted to take this opportunity to upload videos on the YouTube again, without pressure, just for fun. Starting off today, I'm going to upload not just Heroes of a Storm related videos, although there will be some Heroes content of course, because I still like and play the game, but also other content of games I enjoy. For example, Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 3 Reforged in particular, as I've always loved the game and I continue to do so, and I think Warcraft 3 Reforged is going to be one hell of a sensational adventure. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the videos to come, enjoy the upcoming replay cast, and as always, thank you very much for watching. See you around. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another Echo Owls game coming up your sleeves right now. And this time it's going to be a Nightelf versus Undead. Lilhomie here being the resident Undead against the Nightelf Joker. And thank you very much, Mukuna Stick, for 3 months in a row for the port. Good to have you back in the ranks of the Rosefish Guard. Thank you very much. Here we go. So we see the Undead starting on the top left here in Echo Owls. Top right, we see his opponent, the Nightelf. Nightelfs are super interesting to watch at the moment, I think, because with all the changes in 1.31, around the Keeper, around the units as well, it's so interesting to see which first hero they're now choosing these days. We've seen a lot more Demon Hunter. He, in fact, was actually buffed, lower mana cost on the mana burn, super sick in my opinion, super important. We see a lot of Warden on this map, especially against Human and Orc, because there you can actually go for a lot of worker kills, especially against humans. The peons are just so juicy. But we see none of those shenanigans. We see a good old friend of ours, the Keeper of Grove, returning once more. The Undead component going with the Death Knight. Nothing changed on that part. Remember when, the initial changes were announced here for the Undeads, with the Sacrificial Dagger, and how it was designed to allow other heroes to be picked as well, because then people wouldn't be dependent on the Death Knight healing all the time, which for Undeads is so important, especially with Fiends, because they're such expensive units in the early game. But didn't really have the desired effect up to this point. A lot of people are rather critical of the Sacrificial Dagger, and we still see the Death Knight like nothing ever happened in terms of patches and stuff. So yeah, DK versus Keeper, an old couple. We already see an early Ancient of Wars creep here. Gotta be careful, though, not to last hit it with the tree. Last hits from trees and other non-unit or non-hero entities, they basically result in no experience being delivered to the hero. That also goes for, of course, neutral spells, I should say. So, for example, if there was a camp that has a lightning shield, like this mercenary camp, for example, if this lightning shield casted by the Renegade Wizard kills a unit, that doesn't mean you get experience. That does mean you get no experience, basically. So you gotta watch out, you gotta be careful, and you gotta micro, even while creeping. Very important. So yeah, what are we going to see here? Some archers. For once, archers, of course, are a little bit susceptible to getting killed from ghouls, from Death Knight coils, from skeletons. So they're usually very vulnerable. Wait a minute, are we seeing... Okay, so a Sacrificial Skull is oftentimes used to go for an early expansion because it allows you to build buildings. Some players like Lucifer, for example, they also just buy it for additional health regen. I'm not sure if that's actually worth the 50 gold they cost, but regularly, like the more regular scenario is that you actually try to go for an early expansion or a base of the Undeads because they can only build buildings on the unholy ground, of course. So, it is going to be a fast expansion. That's something a lot of Undead players have actually been experimenting with as of late. And I think with the right number of ghouls and skeletons, you can actually hold this against someone who's only going for archers. Of course, the trains are a little bit of a problem here, of course, because if you have a decent number of trains and the normal damage they provide, man oh man, can you cancel those Haunted Gold Mines over and over again. Despite the damage nerfs to the trains, still a force to be reckoned with. Meantime, we also see a later tech, of course, because you need that early lumber, you need that early gold for buildings here to reinforce that position. We even see the graveyard being built at the expansion location. I like that too, because honestly, the main base is good and all, but there's probably going to be more attention from your opponent onto the expansion, right? So by building the graveyard there, you basically cover ground. You don't allow the incoming Treants and Night Elf units and Night Elf heroes to walk in that easily. You're creating those little choke points, which once again is nice SimCity. Makes it really hard for the enemies to just fight in an undead base, which is something you normally shouldn't do in the first place. Alright, we see a shop creep coming in from Lilhomie. Very important to get a good item here. Rings are actually really good right now. Protection rings, of course, used to be the meme item, you know, but with the buff of +1 on all the rings, I think a lot of people are starting to see the value of the additional protection. Goes for a replenishment potion, though. Pretty good for undeads, because they're so mana dependent. And here's what I talked about just a few moments ago. The deforestation is real. The Treants are finding their way in. A couple of acolytes trying to repair it as fast as they can, but 3 of them were not enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Treants, and they're wreaking absolute havoc in the undead expansion. TP's out because he can, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was very well worth it in my opinion. One Treant was forgotten about. No, he was left behind. He was abandoned by his brothers. But he can die with pride, because that's exactly what he was supposed to. So, the location of this ziggurat is nice when it comes to dealing with armies that approach from this angle or that angle, but it also, of course, gives way for the Night Elf to either approach from this angle or to sneak past those trees, with, of course, the Treants creating additional space. Maybe he should have built that a little bit more in the center, or should have upgraded this one as well with a Nerubian tower. So those are sometimes little build order or little SimCity mistakes that can cost you. You know, in that case, it cost him 100 gold mine, little homie that is. The Night Elf expansion, by the way, not mining yet. Took a little bit longer. Needs to walk over. Takes a little bit while, and then the gold mine needs to be entangled. But look at this. The Pandaren Brewmaster joining the fray once more. The Skeleton Scout, though, huge. This time, the Undead player is prepared. Little homie knows. We see the Fire Breath coming through against those low HP ghoul units. It is so valuable. Maybe should micro the red ghoul out here. Get sniped. Rip. Now, of course, the Death Knight, level 3 in the meantime, tries to go for a surround, and he gets it! Almost! Yeah, he gets it! Definitely gets it this time. The Treants might be able to create a little bit of surface for the Pandaren to escape, but no. Pandaren knows that he's dead, knows that he's gone. It's a level 1 hero, so not the end of the world, but now the Night Elf needs to be careful. He can't allow this to happen too many times. Experience is very valuable. And he used his TP earlier, so he re-engaged without a TP. Now these units are basically dead. Nighttime is almost over, so no Shadow Meld here. Yeah, they're trying to wake up the creeps. If the creeps kill the archer, it's no XP for the undead, so that's huge. One of those archers dies without giving anything to the opponent. Little homie on the chase, though. He's mad. He's furious. He wants these Night Elf units to run away and disappear. Yeah, nice deny there on the archer, Kazanix. I agree. Really nice. In the meantime, the Night Elf expansion is up and running. What does the text say? No real buildings so far. We have an Ancient of Lore here. I stand corrected. Oh, no way. We see a surround there as well on the Keeper. Forces him to buy a Telestaff. That's 100 gold extra. Nice reaction, though. If he had gotten surrounded at any other location on the map, he probably would have been dead.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Well, let's see. Pandaren, no items, just came back to life. And now it's the Undead's turn to counter-engage. Gets another level 2 coil in those archers. And man, when you have level 2, level 3 coil even available, these archers are not worth anything. They get sniped so easily. But needs to be careful now himself. Denies the mana from the clarity. Beautiful. These ghouls are going to get entangled and killed if he doesn't retreat them. So there we go. Alright. So we see Dryads coming through. Dryads against ghouls is like having a free buffet at your favorite Asian restaurant. That's basically exactly what you want, because ghouls have no extra damage against the unarmored, armored type of the Dryads. Fiends are coming soonish. Wait, is he actually skipping on the Fiends? Is he trying to go for tier 3 and maybe A-bombs? Abominations? For additional front lining? Hard to say. There's a second crypt coming, so I think he's going to make a transition into double crypt Fiends, right? Once the tier 2 is there, perhaps. We see a new altar of darkness.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, the other one was... Oh, I think that's what happened. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't cover this, guys, but we can talk about this now. So, Lilhomie, in order to have enough resources for a super early expansion, I think he unsummoned the altar. That's why he had to rebuild it. That's something I've seen on Back to WarCraft's channel in a pro game with 1-0. I forgot his opponent, but he was doing the same thing on this map. So he sold the Altar of Darkness to have additional resources because you get some resources back from unsummoning your buildings. And that allowed him to build the expansion super early. That's why he had to rebuild it. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now we see an undead creep coming through. What do you get? Claws of attack +9. Not the greatest on the DK, but certainly an appreciated item on the Lich. Goes straight to tier 3, by the way. Additional Necro coming in. The Lich is being produced. And now we see so many ghouls here. That's going to be lumber overload right there. But in terms of army value, I don't think the Undead can currently mess with the Nightelf. There's too many Dryades, too much kiting. The Pandaren Brewmaster level 3, which is insanely good. You now have the full Ale combo for extra damage, which was, by the way, buffed. The music might be a little bit too loud right now, by the way. The Night Elf music likes to get very dramatic sometimes. It's good, though. Yeah, so the burning damage of the Pandaren Brewmaster's Fire Breath was buffed. So when you have the Drunken Haze going and you incinerate all those units affected by it, they're going to burn pretty crazy. I'm not sure if that was reason alone for the Pandaren Brewmaster to come back into this, or if people just realized, hey, you know what? He's actually not that bad. And then someone had great success with it, and other players just copied it. A slaughterhouse being produced here. The Night Elf trying to go deep into that undead base. Acolytes are being evacuated. Fire Breath, loads of damage. But honestly, if Lilhomie gets the expansion in return, that's worth it. He's committed to it right now, guys. The Night Elf army has arrived. The Wisps are repairing, but he's going to sacrifice all those ghouls potentially. Oh my god, a massive burn, but a nice scroll of healing to counter all that damage. But look at how those poor souls are dying. And he can't get it. That's a disaster for the Undead player. He can't get it. Let's count how many ghouls he's lost. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Subversary. Smile.
Wow, 4 ghouls lost, and all the other ones pretty badly hurt. He did get some wisps. He delayed the mining time. He forces out additional resources by repairing, but that was not worth it in my opinion. Of course, free experience also as well for the Night Elf, whose heroes are getting very dangerously high level. We see continued production on these Ancient of Lores. Bears coming out very soon. And what is the transition of the Undead? More Gargoyles, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Gargoyles heavily buffed in 1.31. More movement speed. A little bit cheaper in production, I think. So, I mean, Gargoyles have interesting damage numbers because they can basically attack air units and land as well. And while they have melee attack or, normal damage in air, they have piercing damage on the ground. I'm not sure if there's any other unit who has that behavior. But yeah, they're actually very good against Dryad if they have the critical number. You know, when you have Dryads against Gargoyles, it's basically who's got more units of that type. Enough Dryads can definitely murder a Gargoyle army, but if you have more Gargoyles than Dryads, and you heal them very nicely with Death Coils every now and then, they can definitely reign supreme. They're also, of course, untouched by bears. They don't deal a whole lot of damage against bears, though. They can also go for Wisp Harass in the Night Elf base. And so far, I don't think the Night Elf player... I don't think Joker has scouted that. Have we seen a single Gargoyle exposed? I don't think so. So there's no Hippos available, no Ancient of Winds. Okay. Of course, the Pandaren, man. That's a one-man artillery. Anti-air artillery. Flak cannon that shoots with beer instead of bullets. But yeah, If he gets the good Drunken Haze Fire Breath combo onto those gargoyles when they're clumped up, because they tend to do that when you focus fire, that's an insane amount of extra damage. So, ooh, this fight is going to be interesting for sure. We see some ghouls who probably are reinforced by Ghoul Frenzy now, so more attack speed, more movement speed, yep. And some gargoyles too. I'm not sure if the time is there yet for the Undead to fight though. Let's check the items. That's a Mighty Lich though. That is one big Daddy Lich, double claw, the orb of course, and the Gloves of Haste. You know, combine that with Focus Fire on the Gargs, and there could be some significant damage coming through on those bears after all. So this is definitely looking a little bit better for the Undead than I thought it would. No healing though, no scrolls, no potions, no mana.
Our sacred grove
on the other hand, we have the Keeper. Looking okay. You know, Venom Orb, some healing items. I mean, a Keeper is never a real damage dealer, so his damage items are negligible. The Panda, though, also great tankiness here with a ring, circlet, and some healing scrolls, too. So we have tremendous AoE healing potential. And look at that. Another snipe on the Haunted Gold Mine. Feels Undead, man. The weakest gold mine out of all the races, I would say. Or the weakest expansion, if it's not protected by an abundance of towers. No way. Is he going to save that? No! Last second Fire Breath onto the building. But this time, the Night Elf expansion is Sniperoo, and that TP... Oof. I'm not sure if the Undead... If Lilhomie could have fought there, because I feel like these units were pretty much surrounded. But sometimes you panic TP when you got a building and you see all those Night Elf units on top of you. He was probably saying, you know what? My units are also kind of clumped. So, against that Pandaren, I don't want to take the risk. And I got what I wanted. I delayed the income. I killed the Tree of Life. So, it was basically a 1-1 expansion trade. Not too bad. Hero level-wise, of course, the Night Elf is with a tremendous lead. And now the Night Elf needs to be careful, because Lilhomie's Gargoyles are on a mission. And that mission is to either catch some Dryads that are leaving the base with a bad rally point, or to go for Wisps, cripple the lumber income, give additional experience over to the heroes. Yep, and that's one. Dispel, makes them explode quite nicely, dispels them. Okay, these Wisps need to be saved as well. Evacuate, run!
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
But that also means that no piercing damage, no gargoyles are here to defend that. We have a Destroy here, extra damage against the bears, dispels the treants as well, super sick. The glitch though! Last second save coming through. And this expansion is just cancelled once again. Level 5 Death Knight, level 3 coils, huge. A little bit of a missed focus fire here on the Destroyer. Needs to attack those bears for bonus damage, especially when they have consumed magic. There we go, kills one bear. The gargoyles in the back line now wreaking havoc onto those Dryads. In decent numbers, they can demolish them pretty hard. Oh my goodness, that was a last second save. Are you kidding me? That was so huge. The invulnerability potion actually being used too late. When he saw the coil flying, he should have actually used it. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Joker! Another last second save. It was so close this time, and this time his TP micro was on point, on fleek, as the cool kids would say. Dude, if that level... Is it a level 5 keeper? Yep. If that level 5 keeper falls, that's going to take so long. It's going to cost so many resources. Speaking of resources, by the way, let's compare. Lilhomie at 200. JokeRn 270. So both players on the limit, you know, because those expansions haven't been mining a whole lot. Holy macaroni. And the Undead smells the blood in the water. He smells his chance to get some damage done onto those Dryads, but look at the Pandaren. He could actually be the game-saving grace for the Night Elf. Now focusing the Lich once again. Huge damage dealer himself. Big coil coming through once again. The Death Knight out of items as well. No more protection, no more mana once that has been used. One bear after the other is falling. That's huge experience, by the way, for the Undead. But the burning damage from the Drunken Haze Fire Breath combo, it continues to tick. More units are falling. If that Entangle goes through... Oh... Both players cannot afford to lose their level 5 heroes. First heroes, that is. The Undead needs to keep running. Tries to snipe another bear. Not this time, though.
Your building is complete.
My god, this Pandaren. I can't remember seeing a level 6 Pandaren, by the way. Which then splits off into... Oh my goodness, no. Is he going for a snipe? Who can snipe faster? The Undead snipes faster! Nobody snipes faster than the Undead race. And the Night Elf had to feel that on his own body once again, playing a dangerous game there. A 50 HP DK trying to go for the bait and getting it successfully. And now he's dangerously close for the level 6. That bear could very well be it. Oh my god, it's not. And at level 6, what do you do? The Death Knight's heroic ability, the ultimate, is not very strong. You know, raise dead. It creates invulnerable units, sure. But you first of all have to kill units that are worth resurrecting. And right now with the Undead, there's only gargoyles, only flying units. So those can't even be resurrected. So I would expect to see a Death Pact here. To have a little bit of extra healing. Because those hero focus moments on the Undead side, on the Night Elf side, were getting pretty dangerous. Okay, that bear is going to be in. 8 experience points away from getting his ultimate, potentially, or getting Death Pact. What is he going to do? What is he going to do with this? He's going for Aura 3. Okay, fair enough.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Aura 3 is pretty intense. Of course, is the long-term value goal, right? Gives you more health regeneration, gives you more movement speed, pretty huge, but he needs to heal now. He's walking on the edge here right now. The Pandaren, though. If that hero falls, it's over. It's GG. Keeper not being rebought. Needs a little bit of extra time. Almost back here. Is he going to snipe that expansion? No way, right? He has very poor damage against buildings, and the wisps can be pulled at any given time, so this is basically just buying some extra time, getting some extra experience, perhaps. Dude, Lilhomie, I cannot believe he plays it so well, but so risky at the same time. Alright. I like the invul, especially on low HP heroes like the Death Knight. Oh, that destroyer is falling. That's a big deal, potentially. It's a lot of experience as well. Are we really going to see 3, potentially 4 level 6 heroes? Pandaren, of course, has Storm, Earth, and Fire. Splits himself up into 3 little Pandarens that can deal extra damage. And are pretty hard to kill. For those of you interested in Heroes of a Storm, Chen Storm Stout has a very similar ult. So I like how they keep the Pandaren flow kind of like, you know, uniform throughout all the franchises. So let's see. Are we seeing any tech switches? No. I think at this point it's just building stuff. Ooh, we see Abominations joining the fray. I'm not sure if the Plague Cloud has been researched or not. Some players like to do that actually before they build any Abominations. And what the Plague Cloud does is it basically spreads damage onto units that touch the Abomination or are standing close. And that cloud then deals continuous poison damage. It cannot kill, so it can only bring it down to 1 HP. But it's so annoying to deal with it, especially on low HP units like the Dryads. Alright. So here, the Night Elf, getting a little desperate right now, realizes, hey, you know what? Level 6 on the DK, level 4 on the Lich, and I've lost so many units, I kind of need to do something. I most importantly need to kill more units myself, because a level 6 Pandaren, a level 6 Keeper, that can almost be my ticket to victory right now. And look at the Pandaren unleashing one combo after the other. That's the good news. The bad news for the Night Elf is DK almost full back on full mana, 420. 450 on the Lich, he's at full mana, so he's going to be a very threatening target. But man, so many Dryads nicely spread in a concave as well. Fiends need to be saved. So much damage that the Pandaren actually took a stack of critical as well. Yeah, the Pandaren critical actually level 2. So he has his own version of the Blade Master's crit. Pretty interesting. Additional single target damage, always nice to see. Beautiful Destroyer Dispel on the Treants. Additional experience this way. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if more of those expensive undead units fall, the Pandaren is getting dangerously close where he wants to be. Look at those 150 crits. Beautiful. The Fiends are flying away. They're dying like flies. They're also flying away in a sense, yes. Oh, anti-magic potion. Double anti-magic potion here. No more coil. Dispelled though, and now the Nova comes through. No way. Is that Lilhomie going for not so little plays right there? Huge micro to dispel the anti-magic potion from the Night Elf player and then nuke him up with a Nova. Wonderfully done. Fantastic. And once again, also living on the knife's edge with this Death Knight. So close to death several times. I cannot believe how well he's controlling his heroes. The Lich close to level 5. This guy's a murderer. This guy's a killing machine with 2 claws and the attack speed provided by the gloves. And this time, Joker wants to revive the Keeper at the tavern, it seems. Uh-oh. He doesn't have the resources yet. He's fighting. The roar is through, providing additional fodder, of course, for the destroyers. Another bear falls. Now it's the Pandaaran's turn. The Keeper coming back with no mana. Uses the stuff, though, but it's probably going to die in the... No way. No more coil. Now we have a coil, but he doesn't even need it. Oh my goodness. The Keeper, being the bro, the Pandaaran. Level 6. Oh, it is ulti time. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Full mana on the Pandaaran. Let's go, baby. A one-man furry army. Splits up into 3. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Now, all of these little Pandaarans have additional abilities. Of course, the Storm being so useful here. Making that DK fly because he's been an evil man to the Nightelf army. He's making him fly as well. The Immolation and the extra damage. The Taunt as well on the Earth Pandaaran. Huge amounts of damage now. Look at this. Now, if you manage to kill all 3 little Pandaarans, by the way, then that means you also kill the real deal. But if one of them survives, the old Pandaaran is going to come back after the duration has expired. So huge. But man, Dryad after Dryad is falling, and at this point, it is literally only the Pandaaran. Oh my god, we see the slow, the micro being on fleek. The taunt, not good enough. The taunt being just short of range. Oh my goodness, if this Dryad can chase down the Lich and slow him. He bought an invul potion. Yes, easy peasy. Wowee, this is crazy. It's a panda party. The panda pals have come to bring the beer and to bring the burn. Abominations, though, at this point proved to be real MVPs. They soak up so much damage, and they spread the plague like it was nothing. You see a little bit of Wisp detonations here to sap away the mana. At this point, there's no healing left, unless the Lich has, of course, the healing scroll or the invul. Use it right now, the healing scroll that is. Good value on those hurt Abominations. And that expansion is no more. But look at that Pandaaran. He's so dangerous. He's so dangerous. The Lich in trouble. Level 6. Invul. Oh my god, the crit. No invul for you, my friend. 168. Let's go. When you play with fire, you better make sure you don't get burned. Sometimes players like to go for those greedy plays where they try to make the opponent overextend. You know, because their opponents basically see that a hero is so close to dying, so they overextend, and then the player that was baiting gets the laughing end of the trade. Oh my god, it's a Pandaaran surround. The Pandaaran is tanky though. He's got crit and dodge built into his E ability, his E passive. And I don't think he cares, right? He's got an anti-magic potion. Yep, he can't keep this around. The Pandaaran is a killing machine, are you serious? Use this Telestaff right now. Dryads are magic immune, so they don't have to worry about getting slowed. Lich had no mana to begin with anyways. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm getting a little sweaty right now. It's a little warm in Germany in the first place. 29 degrees right here, close to Munich where I live. But this match is hot. And it's hard to say who's going to win it. Lich level 6, by the way. Death and Decay, right? Easy. Death and Decay. Death and Decay. It's normally used as a base destruction spell. Not so much in teamfights because it also affects friendly units. So everything in the Lich's area of effect will take damage over time. Percentage-based damage over time, which is insane. It doesn't care about armor. It just deals damage like it was meant to be dealt. So as such, it's usually very nice against bases, you know. So basically, you can destroy enemy bases with it. The Undead is mining 3.2. The Nightelf is pretty much broke. Not getting any income right now. Needs to wait for the Tree of Life. Tree of Eternity, sorry. Oh my goodness. More and more Dryads are falling. The DK, though, completely dry. Invul. This time, he doesn't repeat his mistake from before. The Lich, one more shot. Needs to run away now. Nice dispel, but the Pandaaran is not done just yet. If he gets one more Drunken Haze and a slow on the Lich, he's a goner. But he doesn't have movement speed boots. He should still be slower, faster than the Lich. Oh my god, the Dryad slow. And the unintentional body block from the Lilhomie abomination. Oh my goodness, it ticks so hard, but it doesn't tick hard enough.
Our warriors have engaged.
At this point, the Pandaran is on a mission. He's committed. He could split up, use his ult, and chase the Lich down until the end of time. Doesn't even need to do it though. Oh my goodness, the slowing and the piercing damage on the Dryad.
Boy.
But he's going through all the way. Anti-magic, doesn't get slowed anymore. The coil, are you serious, from downtown? No way. What is going on, little homie? That DK was a big homie right there. Not just a little homie. I cannot believe what happened here. This, ladies and gentlemen, was perfect execution by Lilhomie. He worked with the tools he had. He didn't have DK mana in the beginning, but he had an abomination to body block. He had the slows, which he micro-directed, by the way, at the right target, which was first the Dryad and then the Pandaren. So the slow couldn't apply. And then he managed to bring that evacuation medic Death Knight, an undead medic, to save the Lich, because at this point, where both players are so low on gold, every hero death matters. Crazy sauce. Alright, we see level 5 on the Keeper. Tranquility might actually be huge. Not just because of healing units, but also because of the short invul it grants, so it can actually be used as a panic button. Sometimes, you know, when you don't have an invul potion. Which, by the way, the Keeper has. That's good. And the Pandaren is the killing machine that... Oh my goodness, Death and Decay. It's being summoned. It's being channeled right now. There's no interrupt. There's no stun. There's no silence. Nothing. So the base is going to fall. The big Tree of Eternity not in range though. But the goldmine was. That's huge. And the fight has broken out. The undead units are being pummeled by the Pandaren. It's basically a showdown here. Pandaren against the world. Against the undead world. The Keeper using the potion here. Not level 6. No tranquility here. No AoE healing on the Pandaren pals. Which, by the way, are dealing a ton of damage onto that Lich. The DK was basically busy killing the Keeper. He decided to kill the Keeper over healing the Lich. Is that worth it? I think the Keeper at this point is not really worth anything. It's almost useless, right? Oof. That was a hard decision to make, I'm sure. And look at the thunder. Look at the storm. Constantly letting the Batman fly. Okay, Earth is dead. No more taunting here. Gets another kill. And Fire is dealing heavy AoE damage. And the beauty about this ult is that it's basically providing a second health bar to the Pandaren. So when he comes back, he's coming back with full HP, almost full mana, depending on how much damage he took before he used the ult. But oh man, those Dryads as well with a constant slow, kiting the DK around the Ancient of War. Are you serious right now? But ladies and gentlemen, every unit matters. That's why the DK is so relentless at chasing those down. With the Goldmine not being... Oh my goodness, Death Pact. Level 8 DK for the win. Chooses an Abomination. That is a big stake for him to consume. Gives him a lot of health and nutrition back. But look at the stat. Oh my goodness, look at the body blocks. Are you serious right now? Joker, you're an absolute madman. Tries to slow the DK wherever he can. Dances in front of him with that Dryad. Oh my goodness. If he gets the kill because of that, I don't even know what to say anymore. Where's an undead unit that he can consume? There was one more Abomination, I'm sure. And look at the micro. Using the other Dryad to cycle around and hover around the trees. Tries to go for more body blocking and the slows as well. The Pandaren, unfortunately, not fast enough because of Aura level 3. Oh my goodness. A couple of crits. Oh my goodness. What do you do at Lilhomie? What do you do in his position? You can't escape that. Oh my god, the crit. He got him. A level 3 aura couldn't save him. The Death Pact couldn't save him. Because of those feisty little deer butts. Dancing and being too fast. And the crits hammering down like an absolute sledgehammer onto that Death Knight. The Pandaren, the one-man army. Absolute insanity, ladies and gentlemen. This game. Is he going to buy the DK back? Both players now have to fight gold issues. The haunted gold mine, nowhere to be found anymore. Gives some last second healing. Some last second gold in lumber. That's the DK right there. No mana when you revive a hero from the tavern. This base empty. This base. 3.5k left. So the Nightelf can't afford to lose units. The Nightelf theoretically could afford to lose heroes. Of course, that's not recommended. But look at how much faster the DK is. With that aura, he was just body blocked so well, and that's why the Pandaren could catch up and kill.
Our warriors have engaged
That's another
the
dead
enemy.
Dryad. Okay, Keeper will be transferred back into the Nightelf army soon. Where's the Pandaren? Here it comes. Full mana almost. Kills the Acolytes, man. What a rampage. Lilhomie has to use the Acolytes, by the way, because they're worthless. Otherwise, he can use them as, you know, consumable units to get a death pack going or some mana ritual, you know, for the Lich. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the last stand for the Nightelf. No units, no gold or very little gold, but he's got a Pandaren, ladies and gentlemen. A Pandaren that can make the DK fly, which means no coils for the Lich. He has no items to save himself, by the way. No potions. Like Varian said in a duel, no potions. This is all... Oh my goodness, the Lich is dead. The Lich is dead! 74? 75? Oh my god, the mana was just there. Just barely. The Pandaren just barely denied him the coil. Oh my goodness, and the DK is going to be the next to fall. And the Nightelf, I think, has done it. Lilhomie has to tap out. GG, man. Well played indeed. The Pandaren gets the MVP score. And there's nothing the Undead can do from this point. Both bases are empty. No more gold left in the mines. He could sell some buildings, but let's face it. A level 9 Pandaren. Level 10 is max, by the way. That was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Lilhomie fell to JokeRn, who showed us some micro from a different planet. The Dryad body blocks, the Pandaren critting people with beer bottles and beer kegs. Insane. That was insane. I have no other words. Hope you enjoyed it.